world of tech? Well then you'll want to listen to tech news.
You will want to listen to tech news. This is actually a very important tech news, believe it or not. Out of all the tech newses that we've done and all the stuff we've done on the show, like we're silly and fun and stuff, but this is actually really honest to goodness serious. So if you don't pay attention to any of the rest of our show, please pay attention to this part. So if for any reason at all, you have bought a Western Digital backup drive in the last 3 or 4 years, unplug it, like from the internet, immediately. Unplug it immediately. Like, do not wait. And I'm not joking. This is every article that I've read about it is like the very first line is, and we will get to that in 2 seconds. I want to see if it has that as the first line. No, I've read 3 articles so far, and all of them are like, if you have this, just unplug it now and then read the article. So what's happening is Russian hackers, or at least that's who they're blaming it on, can remotely erase your hard drive. So like you're just going along and you're backing everything up, and then all of a sudden you come home and your hard drive's blank. They are literally pressing buttons and using their hacking skills and remotely deleting everything on your hard drive. It's all gone.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
You know, that's always fun.
Oh, it's a great time. And the best part is...
what are you doing? Nothing now.
Nothing at all. And
Nothing.
What's funny is I had to get a backup drive for the show because we've been doing a lot of show stuff recently, which we'll get into in a second. And so I bought a Seagate. So I was like, I could buy a Western Digital, but nah, I'll buy a Seagate just to be safe. And luckily, I put that on the level above where all the slushy just literally went. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a hard drive anymore. I'd have a slushy drive, and I need more to drink. This show is leading me to drink.
Cool.
And that leads me to retro tech news. Retro tech news. It got inside my China ball. These are China balls, and now it's inside flying around. Oh my gosh, this is the worst. It's so bad. So I do like that we have the zappers though. Let me put that on now. I'll put that on the screen now.
Okay, you got it. Since we're talking about it.
Yeah, since we're talking about bug zappers. So if anybody has mosquito problems like I do,
there you go.
That's what you want to get.
Look, it's not bad. $14.99, you get 4. You just
not bad at all, man. You know what? I'll be ordering that after the show. In fact, on the break, I would have ordered it with my other order because.
So when you go to bed and all your lights are off, these are the only lights that stay on. And they don't make a sound or anything like that, but bugs are there and they get zapped, and that's awesome.
Super cool. You know what? That makes sense now because I do leave that light on at night, so that makes sense why all the bugs are accumulating over here. Okay, so in retro tech support, this is so funny. Now, you haven't read this article and you haven't read anything about this yet, correct? You know nothing.
I have no idea what's going on in our own show.
That's awesome. So now there's a big movement, and I'm sure you've seen it. It's retro tech. I'm not sure if you've seen all the videos on YouTube and everybody talking about it, but it's basically imagine 20 years ago you bought a brand new computer. And that's what they're doing. They're literally buying like an Apple II and being like, yes, I just scored the oldest, crappiest computer ever. Actually, Apple II was pretty good. But you know what I'm saying? Like, people are freaking out. Everybody. Marquez, Brown, Lee, is that how you say his name? MKHD. Anyway, I forget his name. And I apologize, I forget your name. But he's doing all kinds of retro tech stuff. Now, this one's an important one. And have you ever heard of Click? Well, I'll wait till you're done drinking. I don't want you to shoot out your nose.
Okay, Click.
It's called Click Death. Have you ever heard of Click Death?
No.
Okay, so when your hard drive starts to fail, it starts to make very weird sounds.
Okay,
and
I thought you were talking about like a new Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Click
Death.
Yeah,
Click Death. Or I was thinking horror movie. Like you click on the button and a person dies. Do you know how fast people will be like click, 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 click? Really? Somebody dies every time I press the button? Oh, well, I guess a bunch of people just died.
We would call it clickbait. Yeah.
Exactly. So Click Death is associated with hard drives. They spin. They're like spinning platters, and they have a little thing that goes down. It's mechanical arm. These are the old school ones. New SSDs don't have this. New SSDs are just basically a memory chip. But old hard drives were spinning platters. And click death is when it starts to make a weird sound. The day you hear your hard drive making a weird sound, get everything off of it now. Now. Immediately. Do not wait. Do not wait 1 second. Do it immediately. And the reason I say that is because once a hard drive fails, it is very expensive to get your hard drive data back, and sometimes not possible, because it's a lot like a record player. Like when a record spins and you get a scratch on it, you can't undo the scratch. The scratch is permanent. No. And the same kind of thing happens with a computer disk. Once the actual mechanical head slams into the platter, it literally will bend the platter and scrape the platter and ruin it. So that's called click death. Now, where it originated from was something called the iOmega zip drive. And you're like, what? So let me get this up on screen. The iOmega, and the bug's off. Bug's off. iOmega zip drive. And this is my... Okay. This is back in my...
Oh, I remember those.
Yes, back in the day. So here's the zip disk. So that is a picture of a zip disk. So basically, before USB drives, everybody has these little tiny USB drives, but before USB drives, you needed a place to store your stuff. And of course, there was floppy disks, and they held like 1.44 megabytes, which is like literally every picture you take. Literally every picture you take is more than 1.44 megabytes in size. So like there would be no pictures taken by anybody. Now, this one had the ability to do 100 megabytes, and it killed in the market. Like, it became the dominant source of everything. Yes. Now, the funny thing about click death with zip disks is that zip disk click death was the opposite of what people thought they were. So people were like, oh, my hard drive broke. My hard drive's broken. And they would take the zip disk, and they'd walk it over to a friend's house, and they'd plug it into their zip drive, and... wow, your zip drive has a similar problem, because what happened was the zip disk itself had a broken part inside of it. So every single disk, like you would take this disk, every drive you put it in, I broke that drive, I broke this drive, I broke this drive, I broke that drive. So that is click death, everybody. Originally started with the iOmega zip drive, and that is our retro tech support for the day. And honestly, if your hard drive starts to make an odd sound, literally go buy 2 hard drive backups. It will pay for itself in 7 seconds flat.
Thank you for watching this segment of the TP Show. Please like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you know when we post. We are also on Spotify so you can listen to us on the road. Until next time, this has been another episode of the TP Show.